Hello, my name is Sydney, Sidders and Solhan_do, and today I have another video for you. So, continuing on with my trend from 2 videos ago, well, one video, there was a video of London, and then I did the DVD haul. I thought today I would do another one of my old trends on my channel, which is a CD haul, as opposed to a DVD haul. I'm going to show all of the CDs that I have got in 2018 so far. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a total of 11. This is going to be really exciting. As probably people who watch my channel know, I am quite a fan of collecting DVDs and CDs. I love the look of them on my shelf, and it's just super awesome and cool and amazing. So let's get straight into this. Of course, I only collect DVDs and CDs that I like. I want to put that in there. I'm not a crazy collector where I want to collect every single DVD and CD that's in existence. Only ones that I actually will watch or listen to, those are the ones that I'll collect. So the first CD that I got in 2018, these are in the order of which I got them. So the first one I got in 2018 was Passenger, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I actually really like Passenger's music. He's most famous for Let Her Go, which it was pretty much a one-hit wonder. But yeah, this is his newest album, I think, and it's the first one that I actually own myself. I listened to some of the songs online, and I thought it was a really nice, relaxing album to listen to, and that's why I decided to get it. Here is the inside. It's got some lovely artwork there. I love it. And then inside there you got the CD, and inside here you got the little booklet. And there's the back with all the tracks on it. I think my favourite song on here is possibly Walls or Lantern. I like those 2 songs probably the most. Also, recently a lot of CDs have been coming out as paper, like cardboard CDs. As opposed to the plastic cases, and at first I wasn't so sure about that, but I actually really like the cardboard CD cases for some reason. The only downside with them is they get damaged more easy, and ripped and stuff, but otherwise I actually really like the look of them, the feel of them, just the whole aesthetic of the cardboard CD cases. Next up, we have Damien Durando. I had to check I was going to say that correct. And this is his album, Caught in the Trees. I love the design of this, it's so mysterious. Here's the back of the album, with all of the tracks on it. I discovered Damien, I think it was on YouTube. I was just browsing through lots of songs, what was it? No, it was actually Ohio. There's an Ohio... He has a song called Ohio, which he made in the 90s, and then recently, sometime over the past 5 years, it was released as a remix, which became quite famous. That's how I discovered him originally, though his music generally is quite... it doesn't have electronic stuff in it, usually. It's quite... like guitar, or quite calm. Some of them are a bit more active. So yeah, the remix wasn't his typical music, but I enjoy the remix. I actually enjoy the original version of the Ohio song more though. Yeah, I decided to look on YouTube, and I found all his other music, and then I decided to get this album in particular of his, which came out in 2008, because I really like the song Sheets, which is there. I think that's an absolutely amazing song, it's fantastic. And this album as a whole is really enjoyable to listen to, particularly in the background. You can just have it there while you're working on something, and it won't distract too much from your work. It's really good to just listen to. And some of the songs have really good lyrics as well. The inside of the album, there you go, it's just more of the same images. And then the CD, in this one the CD and the booklet are shoved into the same compartment, rather than in the two different parts. So the third album that I got is Callum Scott. His new album, his only album, I think. You can see the reflection really... Look, that's outside my window. You can see the reflection so clearly. I got a mirror up there. Wow. And this album's called Only Human. It's a plastic CD thing. There's the back of it. I think it's because it's black that it's so reflective. I'm gonna try. You can see my camera right there. I'm gonna try and get... There you go. You can sort of see it. This is also the deluxe version of the album, which comes with an extra 2 tracks. You got... I think it's the deluxe UK version of the album. Because track number 14, Dancing on My Own remix, is just the regular deluxe, and then you got track 15, which is a different version of his song You Are the Reason, which features Leona Lewis, which is actually the reason that I got this album in the first place, is because of that extra track with Leona Lewis, and I really loved that song so much. And the inside of this album is also very simplistic. You can see it's got if it focus, you got just the CD there, and then the booklet. The booklet's completely black, I believe. I love that song featuring Leona Lewis, and I also love the original as well. So it's a pretty good album. I think I've listened to 1 or 2 other tracks, but I'll have to get through the whole album before I can really give a honest response to my thoughts on the album. Next up, we have quite well, an 8-year-old album, which is Ellie Goulding, Bright Lights. This is her first album's do extra tracks version of the album thingamabob. I love most of the songs on this album. I think they're absolutely awesome. Well, they're just fun to listen to, like active, and you got some slow ones. But they just sound all nice. They sound so nice, the songs on this album. And that's the reason why I bought this album. There's the back of the album right there. You can see all the tracks on there. And I think everything from Lights, which is right here, downwards, is the extra tracks. So that's a really big chunk of the album. Like, huge. It's a huge amount of songs that you get on this extra version of this album. And then inside this album, it looks like that. You got a picture of her right there, and you got this right here. It's a completely yellow disc. Next up, another relatively, well, over 10 years old now, this album. And this is The Three, How to Save a Life. I love the song How to Save Your Life, and that's the reason why I got this album, because I wanted to have that on an album. I haven't listened to any of the other songs on this album yet, so I'll have to check those out. But from the one song that I really love, which is How to Save Your Life, which is fairly famous, I like that song a lot. That's why I got it. There's the back. You got... Oh, it's another really reflective one. You got the whole band there, and you got all the song tracks right there. The inside of the album, I think, is simplistic. Yeah, it's got a bit more. It's got the brown CD and then this shattered light bulb. And behind the CD, you got another image of the band right there, or the group. The next CD that I got is Lady Gaga, Joanne. Now, this is her newest album from about 2016, I think, yeah. I have all of Lady Gaga's albums in my collection of CDs, so for the longest time, like, well, 2 years, I think, I didn't buy her album. I actually did the same thing with Art Pop. I just kind of got out of music for a little bit, but 2018's really brought back my music interest or CD interest and stuff, so that's why I decided to get it. And I actually really enjoyed this album. I thought it was a really good album, very different to her other stuff. There's the back of the album. This is really difficult to see, but all of the tracks are like that except for Joanne, which is written like that. I think my favourite songs would be I like Angel Down. For some reason I really like Come to Mama. And I used to like Just Another Day, but I overplayed it, so I'm a little bit fed up with it. But I enjoy a lot of the songs on this album. I think it's a really good album, and in comparison to our other albums, it's so different. And here is the inside with a picture of Lady Gaga and a picture of her disc. And then behind this disc you've got another picture of Lady Gaga right there. Next up we have one of my favourite singers, or one of the singers that I keep up to date with, and that is Lights, and her Skin and Earth album, which is her newest album. I have all of her albums in my collection except for some of the acoustic ones, but I will be getting those at some point. There's the front, and here is the back. And one of the songs on this album actually became my favourite for quite a while, which is Almost Had Me. I absolutely love that song. I love Almost Had Me so much. I played it on repeat so many times, and I think about on my third play I actually got really emotional listening to that particular song, and I was like practically crying for some reason. But I think that's because the lyrics mean a lot to me in the song Almost Had Me. But yeah, I love that song so much. The album as a whole I love as well. My second favourite song is Morphine on this album, and all the other songs are just really enjoyable to listen to. Inside we've got some super cool picture behind the pink disc for this album. If I can get it out. There we go. Is a drawing of right there, to go into contrast with this one. This is also a cardboard album, except for this plastic bit inside. So it's sort of a mix between plastic and cardboard album, so I'd say it's more cardboard than plastic. And then inside there you've got the booklet for the album. This album actually has a companion comic book with it, which Lights herself made, which I think is a really cool feature of this album. You have to buy the comic separately, but it's really cool. And when you listen through the songs of this album, you really do get a feel for a story that's going on from song to song. It really feels like you're listening to a story. You can kind of tell, like, how the story's progressing. I think the comic book would be a lot more obvious in the storytelling, but I think these songs do tell a story as they go through the album. So, yeah. I thoroughly enjoy Lights, Skin and Earth. Next up we have, we've got 4 more albums left, and we have Leona Lewis's new album. This is her only album that I have that came cardboard, or paper-like album. This is the deluxe version of her album, her newest album, which I Am. And this is 2015, so it's been out for quite a while, and it took me a long time to get this album. Here is the back of the album, right there, with all of the tracks. And the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks of the album are the deluxe version album songs. Though the last 3, there's 2 acoustics of songs that are already on the album, and a remix. No, not a remix, a studio session of a song. So really you get 2 deluxe new songs, and then different versions of songs that are already on the album. This newest album I quite enjoyed as well. It wasn't disappointing, it was good. I'm not too sure how I like it in comparison to her other albums. I think it's just as good as the other albums, actually. I just enjoyed it. My favourite songs on here would be Another Love Song. I really love Another Love Song. I wish they made that into a single, actually, because that's a really fun song to listen to. I like Ladders, I like I Am, I like The Best and the Worst, which is one of the deluxe songs. yeah, there's quite a few good songs on this album. Here is the inside of the album with a bird of prey right there and lots of writing on it. And there's the CD. Next up, we have perhaps the strangest album that I decided to get, which is Now 86. This is the last album of 2013 for the Now albums, UK edition. Here is the back with all the songs. And the reason I got this is because I used to collect all of the Now albums. I have them right behind the camera here, actually. I've got 61, 62, 65, 70, 74, and then it's from 74 through 86 that I have all of them. That I got every single one in order. And the reason I decided to get 86 is because I had the first two of the 2013 Now albums, and I just felt like for completion's sake I wanted to get the third 2013 album, just to make it feel more complete. I'm also going to get the ones between Now 70 and Now 74, just so that that gap is sort of bridged. The Now albums, unfortunately this Now album's damaged. You'll see. It came like that. This little hook is not. It fell off as soon as I picked it up, which is sad. The inside, of course, it's just got CD number 1 and CD number 2. So that's Now 86, which I got for reasons I already explained. Now onto the last two albums. The next one I decided to get was Area 11, All the Lights in the Sky. This is Area 11's first album. I love Area 11's music. I love this cover as well. Look how awesome the cover of this album is. It just looks so nice. I have their second album already, although that's plastic. This is a paperback one. I might, for the sake of this, because it's just one album, I might want to get the paperback of the second album of Area 11, which I think I could get off their website. This album you can only buy off of Area 11's website. At least when I got it, you could only buy it off their website. You can't get it off Amazon. And I wanted it so that I could complete my Area 11 albums, and I love their music as well. Here is the back of this album, right there. And then the inside of this album is pretty plain. It's just black with their logo right there. On this album, I think my favourite songs would be I like The Strays, Dream and Reality. Cassandra Part 2 I like as well. Tokyo House Party used to be my favourite, but not so much anymore. Of course, I like Heavy Piercing Giga Drill as well. Basically, the whole second half of the album I like a lot. I like the whole album, but the second half I really like a lot. And the last song, which is a mixture of songs that are about 11 minutes long, that's really good. And now on to my last album, which I got less than a week ago, I think. And that is Eurovision 2018, Portugal. All aboard, apparently, it says on the front there. Eurovision just happened less than a month ago, about 2 weeks ago, I think. And I really enjoyed this year. This year had so many good songs in Eurovision. If it's not obvious already, I'm a huge Eurovision fan. I have 2 of their albums already, so this is my 3rd one that I've got. I want to try and get more into my collection. I've got... Up there, it's I got 2017, which was last year in Kiev, Ukraine. And I've also got 2011, which was in Dusseldorf in Germany. So now I got 2018, Lisbon, Portugal. There's the back of this one. It's got all of the songs, including the semi-final songs, not just the final, which they do with the other Eurovision albums. This album, I really love the design of this album. The other ones that I've got, they're quite dark, or like dark blue to black. But this one's so bright and happy. I love the colour of it. The inside is just as equally bright. The inside of the booklet, they do a similar thing with the Now albums, where they have images of all the artists and then all the information about it. And then, yeah, this is 2-disc. There you go. So yeah, because there are so many good songs this year, this is actually a really good album to have. You can listen to so many of them and just enjoy all the songs. For anyone who's interested, I actually voted for Estonia this year. I tweeted about that, actually, at the time. And she did an opera song, which I wouldn't usually vote for, but I thought she was amazing. Her voice was absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can find her on here. Yeah, there we go. Elena Nashayeva? That the surname is a bit difficult, but Elena is her first name. And the song is La Forza. After the competition, though, there were other songs that I enjoyed, but probably my second favourite, and the one that I played the most since the competition, is Lithuania's song, which was by Leva... Oh my gosh, she has a very long surname. Zase Mauskaite. I probably butchered that, but that's the best way, because her first name's Leva, and the song was When We're Old. That song I just play and repeat. I love it so much. I do still play the Estonia one, but this Lithuania song, it's got so much repeat listening value to it. It's just a nice, sweet song that I can listen to again and again, and it really inspires me as well. Otherwise, I listen to Italy's song quite a lot. I quite enjoy the beat to that. It's quite catchy. Also, France's song, Mercy. It's not messy, like, as in thank you. It's Mercy, as in the name, Mercy. There's so many good songs. Like, I've listened to a lot of... I listen to Denmark a lot, I listen to Germany sometimes. Yeah, just all of them. There's so many good songs this year. So yeah, that was the last album that I got this year. And now, time to lift up all of the albums in one big go, and try not to damage the paperback ones because they're a bit fragile. Ta-da! There we go, focused on them. Oh, these are the sides of the albums as well. I didn't really show those off. But yeah, that's really awesome. Those are all the 2018, or the albums that I've got this year in 2018. Thoroughly love all of them. I say, except for the Now album, which I just got for the sake of my collection. I'm not usually someone to do that, to just buy something for the sake of it, but I wanted to complete 2013, and I'm not going to get any after that. The only ones that I'd get are the ones to fill in the gap between 70 and 74. But it does have good songs in it, the Now albums, and I discover a lot of stuff from the Now albums as well. But yeah, that's enough babbling on. Thank you very much for watching my CD haul. Ta-da! Next time I'll try and do something a bit different. I'll try and mix it up on my channel, have a bit of the hauls, a bit of like hauls slash CD DVD talk or that sort of stuff, and then have like videos about my travels and exploring and all that stuff as well. Kind of mix it up. I haven't been able to do much of my walking videos lately because I'm a bit tight for money, and it costs me about £40 to get to where I am on the, doing the Kent Coast walk. The train is so expensive to get there. I'll be able to do a lot more of those once I do get closer to where I live in Kent, on that part of the coast, but until then it's going to be a bit difficult to get there very often. Right, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to say in the comments if you've listened to any of these albums, or which ones are your favourites, what songs you enjoy on these albums, maybe even what albums I could check out, and what songs I could check out. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye, everybody!